regulatory hurdles might be the more difficult part for people looking to get into this space. So what might be some of the main hurdles for the players looking to get into tokenization and how they're kind of handling that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it comes down to the same things we've talked about for 3 days. So there've been some very good regulatory panels on this conference, I will say. There is this idea of even a regulatory certainty.
My people, my people. Let's shut this thing down. All right, we got the Digital Assets Summit going on. While I speak, let me just make sure that everything is up to tune and everybody's on board. All right, my people, how you guys doing today? My first question is, did anybody do any profits from the pump that we had yesterday? I hope so, because I will be a little bit negative today, but I will explain why. And I've dissected a little bit what happened yesterday, what's been going on, and yeah, there's a big chance that this is a bull trap. And I will explain how and why. Sup Niklas, sup Rickson, sup Jack, sup Tobbe, Melker. Yo, Evil Gene, welcome. Hit 2 big trades, nice man. Yeah, actually the same for me also, hit 2 big trades. All right, cool. Let's get this started, damn. BTC, like you see what's going on right now. These wicks, like this whole wick here. I don't know really what's going on there, but yeah, man. Somebody is trying to push BTC down. Before we get this here started, I want to show you guys something that is actually really nice to use. This one as well. This is the Hyperdash on Hyperliquid, where you can see where most whales are shorting or longing, and you can see that most of them are longing right now. But you have something else also. This here, boom, latest whale activity. You see the amounts, and you see what time they went in, if they went long or they went short, or if they closed their positions. So what you can see now, for example, you see whales coming in here, and what do? Open short, open short, close long, open short, close long. They are selling. They do not believe that we will continue upwards here. So, and I don't either, but I think that we could continue a little bit more. So I will explain what I'm saying here and what I'm thinking. First and foremost, let's recap. So we had a FOMC meeting yesterday. What came out? Jerome Powell, it was like, there was not something dramatic that came out. Like everything was basically as expected. What Jerome Powell said was that they will, because first I heard, or I thought we had so much problems yesterday with the lagging on the stream. But what I heard first was they will stop QT. We want QE, but we want them to stop QT first, quantitative tightening. In reality, it was Jerome Powell said they will pause QT. So they will just pause it. They will take down the speed of what they are acquiring these assets. They buy up assets from the public, basically. And or sorry guys, I'm so sorry. It's actually the opposite around. Quantitative tightening is actually sucking out liquidity from circulation. So sorry, I'm watching something else while I'm talking. But I've been saying this so many times for you guys, so I think you guys know this already. But it's sucking up money out of circulation by selling assets, and they will stop this. They won't stop this. They will pause it. They will take down the speed of what they do, which they're doing it. And that is actually not good news, because if they are not pausing it, if they are pausing it and not stopping it, it means that they still believe that they still have to do it. And that is not good because we need a quantitative tightening to stop before we can see a real bull market, all right? That is one. So you always follow the Fed. Always listen to what the Fed says because, you know, politicians, Jerome Powell, Trump and them, they will say whatever you want to hear. Fed won't say whatever you want to hear. He will say what he needs to say. Not because he's a better man or something, but because he don't care. So he don't have that political agenda. They will slow down QT from 25 billion to 5 billion. Yeah, so that's a lot. That's what? That's like a slowdown of like 75% or something. So yeah, that's the verdict. And sorry, I'm sitting and sweating. If you guys wonder why I'm sweating, but it's as soon as the sun comes out here, it gets so warm in this office. I don't like to have the AC on because it's very loud. Anyways, that's one. Two is the thing that I've been talking about all the time regarding these tariffs, what Trump is doing with the economy and with the US economy and all of that stuff. And what did I say? He wants to tank the US economy. He's trying to bring it down. We can see, or we are tracking the US 30 Treasury yield. And it's at 4.22 right now. This needs to come down substantially before we will see that any correction in the market is over. So what I think is going to happen is we have this crypto summit today here going on right now. I don't know what this is. Anyways, and Trump will have an announcement in, I think they said in about 1 hour or something. If anybody knows the time when he will talk, let me know. But he will have an announcement very, very soon. And you guys remember what happened on the White House Crypto Summit. So everybody was expecting a firm plan regarding the strategic crypto reserve and all of that stuff. And this is the same thing now. And especially what people are expecting right now, what everybody's talking about on X, is zero income tax on these crypto holdings, on American crypto holdings. So American crypto projects like XRP, ADA, and so on. If he doesn't say that, the market will tank. It will be the same effect like we had on the White House Crypto Summit, all right? So I want you guys to be ready for it. I don't think I will stream it, and especially not after yesterday's, man. But I will definitely keep an eye on it, because if he don't say that stuff, you will see the market start to react negatively to it directly. And there's a lot to catch up here. There's a lot of liquidity that's trapped down here below, and I know market wants to go down and sweep that stuff. We can look at this thing here. Boom. 84.5, so that is just below this wick that we have here. It's a lot of liquidity trapped just on this area. And market loves to come back and sweep those levels. So it doesn't mean that the market needs to crash. I'm not saying that the market will crash, but what I'm saying is that there's a big chance that we will see something like this now for a while. All right? If this doesn't happen and we see this now, and expect this also, then if we see a push, a mega push like this, Trump says something, I don't know what, for me, that's a liquidity sweep. I would take that as a liquidity sweep, because Trump still needs to crash the market. He still needs to kill inflation. He still needs to bring this 10-year treasury bond yield down. And to do that, he needs to crash the market. And when the markets crash, I'm talking about the NAS and the S&P 500 and these markets. When they crash, trust me, crypto crashes as well. Crypto reacts with it. So be very, very cautious of it. That is what I'm trying to say. Don't throw in everything on into crypto investments now. Go DCA cautiously. So if you get a dip, then it's really a gift. Because if you wanted to push in $1,000 into, let's say virtuals. Announced virtuals today. I've been eyeing this for a while, but I bought some virtuals today. So I was like, okay, you know what? Let me share it with the community. Maybe it comes down here to 0.44. We are at 0.69 right now. I bought it at 0.69. And maybe it comes to 0.44. Then you have made an even better discount on the purchase, an even better purchase, because we know it's going to go up. But when we don't know, so if you can get a better entry price, that's even better, and that's going to feel very good for you. All right. So my whole point is, don't be cautious with your investments. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. There's a lot of manipulation, as you can see here. Speaking of manipulation, let's see if our insider trader has taken any position. He's long on Melania in loss, and a very small position for being him, $861,000. But yeah, man, that's it. So like, trade cautiously. Don't throw in all your money at once at anything, and watch out for a dump, because I think we're going to get another leg down. And by the way, speaking of this, if I'm gonna share my real prediction, then it's this here, that we will boost up to approximately, and Hugo, if you're on the stream, then you know what I'm talking about, because we've been talking about this. We will boost up to about 95K, all right? So you see this order block here? That. We will grab that liquidity, and then I think we will see another mega dump, mega liquidation. And that liquidation will be because NAS and S&P 500 will dump. And these guys also need to go down much more. This correction is far from enough. This market is so artificially propped up that it's almost sick. I mean, it is sick, actually. When I say artificially propped up, what do I mean? I mean that a lot of these companies here don't have the value that they seem to have, because what is an index? An index is a basket of different companies, all right, that issue stocks, so publicly traded companies. And we know the biggest ones like Apple, Microsoft, Facebook or Meta, and Amazon, and so on. And of course, Nvidia, the biggest of them all. And the results they have been sharing, like a lot of experts on this, they just look at this and see crap. This is not real, but they need to do it to show that the American economy is strong, because everybody nowadays measure a country's economy by looking at their stock market, at the main stock market, all right? And if NAS starts to crash, people see that as the American economy being bad. And we remember Biden all the time. American economy is strong. American economy is great. That is bogus. It's bullshit. We all know the debt burden that they have, or the amount of debt that they have on, and it's just growing, because as a company, if we call this country a company, they are spending much. I think they're spending like 5 times what they are bringing in. So their spending is off the roofs. So it's crazy. Now, what I will do here in this situation, when we have a situation like this, is that I will actually, let's get out of NAS and get back to BTC. I will first and foremost share the trades that I'm in right now. So what I'm actually hedged. I'm long and short. Or no, I'm sorry. I take that back. I got stopped out on my short position. I had a short position. Right. I think I had it at 85,600. Stop loss just above 85,600, and stop loss at about 86,300. And it stopped me out with like a couple of like a 0.1%. But right now, I don't know what's happening. So I cannot say if we're going long or if we're going short, because this wick here, normally it's a reversal sign, all right? Sellers were trying to dump the market, buyers took over. But as you see, the next candle after it is pushing down. So I think that a lot of people that made profits on this whole run that we have seen from yesterday till today, I think they are cashing out. They are cashing in the profits. And I think a lot of people are skeptical to what Trump is going to say, because it's been so messed up every time he has opened his mouth. So I think people are skeptical of that, and they are cashing out, taking their profits that they made on this whole run these last days. all right? This here. Bop, 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 bop. So my expectations are bearish for the coming days. I'm sorry for that, but I know that's not what people want to hear, but here we talk the truth. And I don't expect something like this. I'm expecting more something like this and this choppiness that we have seen. If, of course, Trump or somebody else doesn't drop a mega black swan event like previously and tanks the whole market. We will see. But I'm not going to say I don't think so, but we will see. So that is basically what is going on right now. I think the market is tanking. I think you got to be careful with your long positions. Market has not succeeded to break above this gray zone that you see here, 85, 86, 200, all the way up to 87. That is a very strong resistance. Here you can see it. Resistance, resistance, even support, support to resistance. What did market do yesterday? Was trying to break above, wicked above, and then dumped back down. And today, 2 times. Let's go into hourly. 2 times, boop, and boop. It tried to break above, and it didn't succeed. And now market is basically capitulating. So I'm expecting a correction at least down to 84,400 now, this correction that we see now. And from there on, we will see. We just take it step by step. And I want to remind also about something else that is very important in this here. And that is that if we zoom out a little bit on BTC, let's do like this. Boom. Let's call this a high. High, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. And what comes after that? A lower low. So I think the 67 is still on the table. I think that they are bull trapping everybody now. And everybody will get hardcore liquidated. Market will crash. And then you will see like the real bull market start taking shape. All right. But right now, what you're seeing is not a bull market. We are downtrending. We are, I take that back. Sorry. We are in a bull market, most definitely. As long as BTC is trending upwards, we are in a bull market. But we are not in a bull run. Bull run is when this here happens. Boop, 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 these parabolic runs. And that is not the case here. So we are in a macro bull market, micro bear market. We are downtrending right now. And we are looking for that last liquidation leg before we can really start scooping up. So what I'm doing is I bought virtuals today. I grabbed some virtuals and ACH today. But first, I wanted to throw in everything. I was close to doing it. I was like, you get caught up with that FOMO and euphoria and everything. And then I was like, hey, chill. Like, I've been doing this for 7 years now. You got to be a little bit patient with this. And then I started to look at it and I started to dissect what did actually Mr. Jerome Powell say yesterday. And I started to dissect the letter from the FOMC meeting. I think it's called FOMC minutes or something. And then I was like, damn, okay, this is very vague. This is not so bullish as we think. Because remember yesterday when we started to push, I said like them stopping QT should send BTC up here directly. Boom. But that is not happening. In the same time, when I'm saying these negative stuff that, I think market is gonna go down. Overall, all you that hold crypto, like I'm not selling any assets, just understand that. I'm not selling my assets, my crypto assets. The opposite. When I make money, I add to them. Doesn't matter if some of them are in the red and some of them are in the green. It doesn't matter because I know all of them will be in the green. So what I'm trying to say is when the bull market finally explodes, you will never, if you have seen previous bull markets, you will not have seen a bull market like this bull market that will come. Why do I say that? Why do I think so? It's because the demand for Bitcoin that is right now, for Bitcoin and Ethereum especially, I just got stopped out. It's unprecedented. I have never seen anything like it before. This is my 3rd bull run, all right? I have never seen anything like it before. So sooner or later, it has to explode. That is what it is. All right. So all these corrections, this is a macro perspective correction. Let them happen. Let it be over with so that we can proceed and start accumulating and hold. And just be patient. Don't throw in more money than you can afford to lose. Very important. Don't throw in more money than you can afford to lose. And second of all, like I said, DCA. Step by step, piece by piece, go in. If you have $1,000, split it up into 10 or 5 portions. And every time market dips, every time market has correction, like now, for example, you put in some, you put in some. All right. Right now, I see it's correcting quite hard, actually. Man, I'm pissed. I got stopped out on that short position. The long positions are at break even, so I'm cool with that. It's just lost profit, but yeah, man. I still want to short the market, but I don't like to hop in like this. This is like catching a falling knife. So if I'm shorting the market, I want to short it from a, high place. Just like when we're buying, we want to buy it from a high place, right? Low place, I mean. Buy low, sell high. Feels like somebody's saying something very bad on the crypto summit because market doesn't seem to like it. Pelle, I don't know when Trump talks. I was actually asking the same question, but nobody answered, so I'm not sure, man. And guys, please smash that like button. Make YouTube understand that we're doing something valuable here. Damn. All right, just pushing, man. Huh, interesting. Let's see something else. I want to see where the liquidity is. Boom. Let's do a real-time analysis and see where the liquidity is and how far this correction that's going on right now can go. So I talked about the liquidity at, it's not. I talked about the liquidity down here, 84,680. Say 84,600. That's on Binance. I want to see something else. And guys, when you trade, use liquidation maps. They do magic. Especially when you put in your stop losses and stuff. I use these a lot. More buy side liquidity, more, damn, sell side liquidity is dominating here. All right, somebody just squeezed in a massive short here. Damn, that is why the market is going down. 84, 84, 84, all right. It's quite evenly distributed, but we got big liquidity all the way down to actually 80K 500. And you can see here you see the next liquidation level. So the next major liquidation level. So here are bulls. And the next one is at 69K. All right, that was very low. All right, if we have look at something else, 80K, same thing here. So 80K we have, but then you see people that have shorted much more. So we have major here at 87. That is the level I was talking about today, or I wrote on about in the Telegram channel, that I want to see market break above 87K. 87,600, and then we got a major one here at 95. This one at 95, if we get a push, if we get a pump, this is the level I'm talking about. I think we're going to push up here and we're going to take it out. And you can see that on the heat map as well. What you can see now is that most they're just closing, close. All right, he opened a long and eat. Close long, close long. While I'm looking at these whales, it's not just because they're whales, but most of these whales have information that we don't have access to. All right, they get a lot of inside information. So this is why I like to look at them, because I like to see, get some hints. And you track some wallets, and then you start seeing like if how accurate these wallets are. All right. And you start to see that, okay, this guy, every time he, like that insider wallet, for example, that we've been monitoring, this one, every time he buys, like a couple of hours after that comes news and market pumps, or when he shorts, a couple of hours after that comes news and market dumps. So obviously insider trader. And probably somebody from Trump's staff or administration or something like that. But yeah, man, when you catch the right wallet to track, you can make a shit ton of money, because it's basically you have an inside trader giving you the signals. So this is why I'm watching these all the time, and I'm noting down the wallets that I see repeatedly, betting right. So if I see these guys, for example, he just opened along, for example, DA on the end, BTC open long, $1.09 million at 85,560, and that was 1 minute ago that he opened this long. So let's say, for example, market starts to push now like crazy. I will start monitoring this wallet, because everybody closed except for him. He opened along. So that for me is like, okay, something fishy there, right? And let's say he does it again and again, then okay, this guy, he has information that we don't have. Trump talks 9 o'clock Swedish time. Thank you, Jake. Appreciate that. All right, guys. So back to some real value here. If this doesn't turn around right now, I think we're coming down all the way to 84,200. Sorry, not 84,400. I mean, $84K, $400 for BTC minimum. From there, we will see. Why that level is because we have Fibonacci correlating perfectly with this order block that we see here on the left side. If that doesn't hold, then I think we're coming down to 82,500 at least, maybe lower than that. But because if this order block here, if this support here doesn't hold, then below here is just liquidity that market will sweep. These liquidity ramps that I'm always talking about. This is a total bearish liquidity ramp that we got here. So this will pressure the market down, all right? So yeah, man, we got to be careful with this. We got to be careful with what we do. And that is that. All right, my people. I think that is that. Quick session today. Not much to talk about because market is doing what it is doing. There's no real direction in the markets. So until we see something clear, I will be not saying very much, but I will keep you guys posted in the Telegram channel. All right, guys. With that said, no more questions. I'll leave you guys. Have a beautiful afternoon, and I'll talk to y'all in the Telegram channel, all right? And I'm saying peace.